So welcome to my video. In this video I'll be teaching you how to draw an orange in a very simple way. So first of all, I make use of a circular object to form my shape, of which you can see it. Then at the top of it I created this kind of curvy lines in which I to draw the stem and the leaf at the side of it. So after this, I started shading to give it this kind of 3D look, to make it look real. So I started shading a part of the stem a little bit to be a little bit darker. Then from there, I started shading the side of the circle so that it will make it to look like a real orange. I continued shading it in a circular way to follow the lines of the circle, just to give it this kind of 3D look. Then I continue shading to make it look real. Then you can move your hand around just like the way I'm doing in this video. You can move your hand, just try to allow your hand to be free as you are doing the shading. So I try to pick a part of the orange, because one thing about shading is that you must have the lighter part and the darker part. So I try to pick a side for my darker part, of which you can see it. So for the part that I want it to be the darker part, I shade it more. Then I make sure I shade the edges of the line so that the lines will blend with the shading, so that it will make it to look very real. So continue shading it. The more you are shading it, the more it's bringing out the realism. So you shade it, you shade a part to be a little bit darker, then you leave the other part to be a little bit to give you that your white tone and your darker tone. So with this, I believe you can draw a very simple, perfect